Hello world, welcome back to the second part of my Hostage Negotiator unboxing. Today we are going to be dealing with all of the separate packs that came out. So yeah, I'm going to start with the Abductor packs, and then go to the Demand packs, because these actually, I think, tie into those. But yeah, so let's dive in. Stack these back up, just because I feel like doing it in order. Hope you're all doing well. Abductor pack number 1. So on the back we have a little bit of a story. Connor E. Ogden, aka the CEO, just watched as his company's stock took a nosedive. After being notified by the board of directors that he is being asked to step down, he decided to take matters into his own hands. Now he has hostages at gunpoint and is demanding that things to back to the way they were. There's a word missing there. In this exciting expansion pack for Hostage Negotiator, you'll have access to a resource on the inside. A hostage has found a way to communicate with you. Will you be able to make the most of this advantage and bring the situation to a peaceful resolution? So the interesting thing about these, let's pull that up there, is that they all offer something a little bit different. At least is my understanding. I briefly looked through the rule book that explains them all, and I actually left it over on the couch, so I can't refer to it. But yeah, so they all have something a little bit different to them. So let's open this up. And let's see what we have. We have a cat. That's number 1. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new terror cards, and just to make something a little make it a little bit different. So 3 of these terror cards should be used specifically with this particular abductor, and the other 4 don't have a thing in the corner. So these can just be used with whenever you want. But just if you want to keep things separate, you can still tell in the bottom right corner what deck this belongs to. So yeah, that belongs to the symbol of the briefcase is the one from that pack. So yeah, so we have 7 new terror cards, 3 specific, 4 general. We have generic escape demand. We have 3 major demands that are specific to Connor. Show those briefly. I don't want to look too much just because I don't spoil stuff. We have the actual card explaining him. Yeah, and he has a special rule: no patience. No more than 4 conversation cards can be played during each conversation phase. Cards played face down do count towards this amount. That's at the terror level of 4 and 9 hostages. And yeah, story on that. And then we have these internal influence conversation cards. So this conversation, or yeah, hold this up a little bit. So this expansion includes 3 new conversation cards called internal influences. Each one of the hostages has found a way. I'm just going to start this over. Internal Influence Conversation Cards. This expansion includes 3 new conversation cards called Internal Influence. One of the hostages has found a secret way to communicate with you. Place the 3 Internal Influence cards in the available area with the other conversation cards. They are treated exactly like normal conversation cards, but be careful. If you fail a threat roll when resolving an Internal Influence card, the hostage will be caught communicating with you, and all of the Internal Influence cards are removed from the game. And I guess specifically, if you fail this one, then you also lose a hostage. Yeah, the internal influence cards. I'll buy you some time. Allows you to pay less when conceding a demand. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Add randomly drawn terror cards to the top of the terror deck. So that's interesting. So that can give you So it adds more bad things, but it also, or more potentially bad things, but it also does let it lets the timer run down a little bit less. You're slightly slower failure due to running out of cards. And I can get one out of here, which rescues a person, or as mentioned, kills a person. And cost of 1, 2, and 3 cards for that. And any other special rules with him? No, that's it. So that is that is Connor E. Ogden, aka the CEO. So put those back over here. Open up pack number 2. So pack number 2, the Peterson twins. The Peterson twins are trapped in a Port Authority office building after the feds were informed of their latest smuggling operation. They've taken hostages, and now it is up to you to talk them out of making things worse. In this exciting expansion pack for Hostage Negotiator, you will face off with 2 abductors at once. The new Decide mechanic will have you weighing your options throughout the game. The hostages are depending on you. So let's open this one up. Okay. So, rules card. So we have 2 hostage things. Yeah, so I guess looks like you deal with Rolf first. If Rolf is captured or eliminated, then Dolph gets person. But they are twins named Rolf and Dolph. That is interesting names. Yeah, we'll read these. Rolf Peterson has always been the brains behind the operations of the Peterson crime family. His brother Dolph is more the blood and carnage. The twins are in a bit of trouble after an informant from a rival family tipped the feds off to one of the Peterson smuggling schemes. Now they're stuck inside the Port Authority offices where they've taken 9 employees hostage. Their first priority is escape, but they figure they might as well try to get something out of this ordeal, too. And Dolph Peterson stays quiet most of the time. He lets his Beretta do the talking, or his brass knuckles, or his 8-inch buck knife, or his assault rifle, or his car, or his baseball bat, or his crowbar, or his machete, or his samurai sword, or his dynamite, or his bare fists, or, well, you get the picture. So, that's that. So yeah, 2 abductors. There are 2 abductors in this pack meant to be used together in one game. Only one abductor is considered to be in play at any time, and the other may not be affected by any game effects unless a card specifically targets that abductor by name. Yeah, same deal. Terror-specific cards, well, that's interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Decide cards. I'll talk about those in a minute. So 3 terror cards, and they're all specific ones, and they're specific to the different ones for each of the 2 different abductors. So that's interesting. And it is, yeah, we have 1 regular terror and then 2 minor demands. Then we have a generic escape demand. And then 3 major demands. And yeah, these are, I guess, yeah, for either of them technically. Now let's look at the Decide cards. So this expansion includes a new card type called Decide cards. These cards are kept aside until another card requires you to resolve the Decide cards. Each time this happens, you will find the 2 Decide cards matching the name of the card that triggered them. Decide between the 2 options and resolve the card of your choice. Discard both cards once the effect and penalty have been resolved. Anyway, yeah, so for example, yeah, we have, if the Dolph is angry card, option 1 is if you have the shot. And then option 2 is stand down. So I'm going to read these out loud just because I want to be I don't know. We want to find out when I play, but leave these up on the screen. Anyone who's interested, pause and read that. So that is Abductor pack number 2. Now, moving on to number 3. Abductor pack number 3. This time it's different. A member of your own police force has taken hostages. Ooh. He claims he's being framed for the recent murder of the chief, and you're the only one that believes him. Some of the hostages are starting to sympathize with him, making your job more difficult. Everything is riding on your shoulders. In this exciting new Abductor pack, you'll have to deal with hostages that get Stockholm Syndrome, which means they identify with the hostage taker. Saving those that don't want to be saved is hard enough. Will you be up to this new challenge? Interesting twist. So let's see what we have here. Alright, so we have our rules card. We have our new Abductor, Lieutenant Jackson. Focus. Yeah, special rules. Place the Stockholm Syndrome tracker card in play. Yeah, so we have Stockholm Syndrome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tarot cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 of them are specific to this Abductor, and 2 of them are general ones. Okay. And we have the Stockholm Syndrome tracker. We have a pivotal event tarot card, 2 major demands, and then 2 new conversation cards. Lieutenant, you don't want to do this. You may play this card at any time to prevent all hostages from being killed by a single source. Move hostages to the Stockholm Syndrome tracker card instead. For use only with this character. Cost of 1. Interesting. Okay. So, let's see what the Stockholm Syndrome stuff about. In this Abductor pack, some of the hostages will experience Stockholm Syndrome. When this occurs, he will take a hostage from the pool and place it on the Stockholm Syndrome tracker. Hostages may not be saved while they are on the tracker. If there are over 5 or more hostages on the tracker, you lose. Interesting. Oh, okay. So, I'm back to the tarot cards. So one of them is Stockholm Syndrome. Roll a die. If the result is greater than or equal to the threat level, move 1 hostage from the hostage pool to the Stockholm Syndrome tracker card. Draw and resolve 1 additional red tarot card. And this says that you include a number of these cards based on how difficult you want to make it. 2 for an easy time, 3 for normal, 4 for hard. So you got some adjustable difficulty in that. That's kind of neat. And yeah, that is pack number 3. Cool. Lieutenant Jackson is in trouble. He is being framed for the murder of the chief of police. Believing he had no other options, he's taken some administrative workers hostage at the station in an attempt to gather evidence and buy himself some time. Numbers are short, and so is time. Unlike most of the others on the force, you actually believe Jackson when he says he didn't do it. Now you need to keep him alive and find proof. And there's a heart symbol on this one. And yeah, so let's move on to pack number 4. There's a reason I'm keeping those in, or putting them back in, is because so I want to do a reboxing video, and from that it's gonna involve taking all the stuff out again. But yeah. Okay. Abductor pack number 4, designed by Mikolaj Blazinski. Probably butchered that name. I am sorry. I'm not good at names. In this Abductor pack for the Hostage Negotiator solitaire board game, the Abductor has hijacked a bus full of people and is making a run for the border. You'll be forced to employ tactics you've never used before, and deal with the challenges of negotiating in different locations. Are you up to the challenge? Innocent lives are depending on you. In this exciting new Abductor pack, you'll have to deal with a new card type, location cards. The Abductor's bus will need to be stopped, and all the new tactic cards are just the thing you need to set up a roadblock or create a diversion. It's a high-speed negotiation just waiting for you. A water bottle, I'm thirsty. Hold on. So as it turns out, the water bottle was right at my feet. So, oops. Okay, open this up. So what do we have in this one? Okay. So we have our rules card. Our Abductor, Gonzalo Herrera. Gonzalo never expected to be driving across 3 states to get over the border. Doesn't feel like he has much choice in the matter since he just shot and killed an undercover cop. His best hope to salvage the last 4 years of progression with his drug cartel is to get the heck out of America. He's hijacked a city bus and is forcing a hostage to drive, making for a very difficult hostage situation. I guess the symbol for this one is a stop sign. Hi, Harper. Oh, you're moving the camera. Oh, okay. Okay. I think. No, sorry. Still fixing it. Something like that. Okay. So we have that. We have 3 tarot cards, all specific to him. We have 2 tactics cards, pivotal event tarot card, 3 major demands, then 4 locations, and looks like a state, a bus. So we can be at a forest, cliffs, a city, or a desert. Let's read the rules for this. Okay, location cards and the bus card. The bus card indicates if the bus is currently moving or stopped. When the bus is moving, it is placed beside the location deck, and the location card in play, if any, is in effect. You must follow the rules on the location card. So for example, if the desert says, conversations points may not be spent and do not reset, they do not go above 12. Okay. Yeah, so when the bus is stopped, it is placed on top of the location deck, and any location card effects are ignored. I'm guessing that some of the tarot cards will say to like change the location or something. Oh, this is, you have a larger tarot deck this time. Before setting up the tarot deck, remove the 2 He's on the Move tarot cards, set up the tarot deck as normal, and then shuffle the 2 cards in with the rest of the red tarot cards. The tarot deck should have 12 red tarot cards and 1 gold pivotal event. Okay. And then tactics cards, which are these 2, are similar to conversation cards and functionally are the same. They are used during the conversation phase. So it looks like, yes, this roadblock flips the bus to stop, costs 5 conversation points. And a detour, you have to roll for that, and in order to use the detour, you need to discard 3 conversation cards. So, it's interesting. And so that seems like it switches things up quite a bit. And that is Abductor pack number 4. Moving on to number 5. Abductor pack number 5, designed by Morten Monrad Peterson. In the Circle of Automa, a local cult is under siege by the FBI. Your job is to de-escalate the situation and save the cult members from themselves. Will the situation end in violence, or will cooler heads prevail? In this exciting new expansion pack for Hostage Negotiator, it isn't just one abductor, but a cult you are dealing with. This pack introduces a stack of abductors that you can manipulate, as well as firefight checks you will need to resolve when attempting to extract hostages. Ooh. Interesting. this one. Okay. Here we go. Oh, we got 2 different rule cards. One's intense. Wait, what the heck? Okay, this one's weird. Okay, so we have 3 conversation cards. An escape demand, a major demand. Those 2 rule cards, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cultist cards, looks like. In the back it says the Circle of Atoma. The Circle of Atoma believes that everything exists within a universal sphere. They also believe it is a universe whose clockwork nature is soiled by the chaos of humanity's insistence on individuality and freedom of choice. As directed by their religious text, the Sphere, the cult members wear shapeless robes and refuse names. In circular order, they take turns being the faceless voice of the Atoma, their so-called creator and controller. The FBI discovered the Circle's plan to use the mechanics of chemistry to mitigate the evils of human-spawned randomness, and the cult is now under siege. Okay, oh, there's so many rules that you have. The rule cards are numbered. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. So, the Abductor deck. The cult members are represented by the Circle of Atoma Abductor deck. In game terms, the cult members are both abductors and hostages. Do not use the second-in-command card for this scenario. During the setup, shuffle the Circle of Atoma Abductor cards and place them in a face-up pile to create the Abductor deck. You may look through the deck at any time during the game, but must keep the cards in order. The abductor who is on top of the deck at any given time is the current abductor. At the end of every terror phase, place the current abductor on the bottom of the deck. Thus the card below it becomes the new current abductor. Okay. So, extractions and firefights. All conversation cards that have at least one rescue person effect are known as extraction cards. Anytime you'd like to resolve an extraction card, you must make a firefight check. To make a firefight check, simply make a threat roll and apply the effect based on the results as follows. If it's a success, no effect. If you get no successes, hostage dies. Like other threat rolls, you may convert 4s and play cards that impact the threat roll. After the firefight check, resolve the extraction card as normal. Hold on, thirsty. Okay. Hostages may only be saved by achieving save hostage results. If you reduce the threat level beyond S, instead of saving a hostage, you gain +1 conversation points instead. When a hostage is killed, remove a Circle of Atoma Abductor card from the top of the deck and move a hostage piece from the hostage pool to the hostage or to the killed area of the board. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I guess this is the one you start with, I think? Maybe? I don't know. I'll have to look further into that. Similarly, when a hostage is saved, remove a Cult of Atoma Abductor card from the top of the deck, move a hostage pool to saved area. Special rules. If the abductor is eliminated, treat it as a killed hostage. If a terror card states that more hostages are taken, then instead increase the threat level 1 per hostage. The Could I Talk To conversation card lets you change the current abductor. First, find the abductor you would like to choose. Okay, that's this one specifically. Find the abductor you would like to choose, then take all of the Circle of Atoma Abductor cards above it in the deck and place them at the bottom of the deck while maintaining the order. Okay. When the hostage pool is empty and at least half of the hostages have been saved, the game ends in victory. Okay, so that's the same. And then the back of this is just an example of the Could I Talk To card. So, yeah, we do not want to focus today. So that really makes things interesting. I like how they switch these up. They switch them up. It's not just as simple. Oh, here's a new abductor. Here's some new terror cards. Like they all have something different. Hey, now Abductor pack number 6, designed by Kevin Wilson. Clyde Seaver's life is in shambles. His wife divorced him, and he has hit rock bottom. In fear of losing his 2 children, he has kidnapped them. He has them hidden somewhere in Becker Swamp with his loyal but crazy sister. One wrong move and she will take the children and disappear. In this exciting new expansion pack for Hostage Negotiator, the stakes are high. You'll have to have your team search to find the Seaver kids and rescue them before anything happens. Right. Yeah, it seems like all of these are 16 cards. Come on. These are always easier to open from the bottom for some reason. I don't know why. That's just me. Okay, we have... What the heck? Got a piece of cardboard here. Okay, force that to focus. No, that's not lucky. Sorry. Yeah, so we have cardboard squares. 2 that says Tina is spooked, +1 threat. 4 that say nothing here. And then Seaver boy and Seaver girl. Okay. So we have 4 conversation cards specific to this set. Oh, because it says that on the back. 3 pivotal terror events. So that's interesting, because normally you just have 1. 3 terror things, all for the specific things, or specific thing. We have Becker Swamp, Missing Seaver Children. Placed a hostage piece for each child during setup. When either child is located by revealing a search token, move the respective hostage piece to the hostage pool. Okay. And we have rules, and then we have 2 Abductor cards. Yeah, so that's interesting. So this is essentially Tina is looks like Tina is the secondary, the second in command, essentially. Okay, so no hostages. You have just the 2 kids. And then, if Clyde is eliminated and either or both of the Seaver children have not been saved, Tina flees with the unsaved children. You lose. Interesting. Let's take a look at the rules here. The symbol with this one is you get a teddy bear. Okay, additional rules. Place the 2 Abductor cards in place side by side. Use a random pivotal event tarot card from this deck. So one of those 3, not all of them. Place the Seaver Children card face up on the table and place the hostage piece on each space. Place the Becker Swamp card face up on the table. Shuffle the included search tokens, which are these, on the empty spaces on the Becker Swamp card. Add the Sand Receiver Conversation cards to new area. So, oh, there's 4 of them. I thought there were just 3. I was counted. Okay, 2 Abductors, Clyde and Tina Seaver, both are considered in play, but Tina may not be captured or eliminated while Clyde is still in play. You must capture and or eliminate both Abductors to win. Important: Clyde and Tina won't kill the children or any other hostages they take during play. If you are unable to prevent a kill hostage before you've saved all the hostages, Clyde takes his own life and Tina flees with the children. Searching Becker Swamp. In this pack, you are searching the nearby Becker Swamp to find the children. During the game, anytime you would save a hostage, you may instead reveal a search token and apply the effects. Okay, for the Seaver boy and girl, place the respective token in the hostage pool. Nothing found, nothing happens. Tina is spooked, increase the threat by the amount shown, which is 1. And then the Sandra Seaver conversation cards. Oh, so this is a different person. Sandra Seaver, Clyde's ex-wife and the mother of the children, is standing by to talk to Clyde when you deem the situation calls for it. Treat these cards just like other conversation cards, except when indicated otherwise. So, right here. Yeah, so we can use these to reveal locations, decrease the threat, get more conversation points, and then you can use one as kind of like a last moment thing to prevent a hostage from being killed. Interesting. So yeah, that is pack number 6. It's cardboard pieces. I have to get like a little bag to put those in or something. Halfway there. Okay. Pack number 7. Running out of time again. I think I might want to speed this up a little bit. Oh, forgot to read it. Got a police badge here. Abductor Pack 7, designed by Evan Derrick. Valerie Stone, a name you know well. She is an extremely skilled negotiator that is almost no equal. Almost. One negotiator always outperformed her and was rewarded as she played second fiddle. You. This exciting new expansion pack for Hostage Negotiator, the Abductor knows all your tricks, she knows the playbook, and she has taken hostages. She's out to prove to everyone that she is the best negotiator, and she is willing to kill to do it. Dun dun dun! Okay. So, a note about this one is that the career... Yeah, so if we look at the career box... or it doesn't say that in the rules, but the box says you need at least 7 Abductor packs. One of them must be this one, so this is special. You need this one for career, which is interesting. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Okay, so yeah, so we have Valerie Stone. We have some conversation cards that are specific for her. We used to be friends, and you and I were the same. We have some major demands. We have 6 rival cards. Interesting. Figure out what those are for. And then 4 tarot cards, all specific to her. Let's take a look at the rules for this one. Shuffle the 6 rival cards together and place them face down in a pile next to the board. As indicated on her Abductor card, at the start of the game, draw 1 rival card and place it face up next to the Abductor card. Before building the tarot deck, set aside the "You think that will work on me" red tarot cards. Create the tarot deck as usual, and then shuffle a number of the "You think that will work on me" red tarot cards with the other red tarot cards. And then it's a similar thing that we saw with... who was that? I think it was with the other police person with the Stockholm Syndrome. Where, yeah, 2 cards for easy, 3 for normal, 4 for hard. And that's 2 new conversation cards. Rival cards. This Abductor pack comes with a new type of card, rival cards. These represent the Abductor's personal knowledge of you, the negotiator, which they will use to their advantage. Rival cards are played face up next to the Abductor. Whenever you have multiple face up rival cards in play, tuck them underneath one another so that the bottom text is showing on each card. Just have one of these up here next to it just to show. If you choose a named conversation card to remove from play, remove all copies of that card regardless of where they are, the available area, your hand, or the discard pile. Keep any removed cards separate, but do not remove them permanently. There are opportunities for you to bring removed cards back into play. Interesting. I don't know how to feel about this one. I think this is one that I definitely gonna have to like play to get a sense for, just because I don't know. It seems like it isn't switching things up as much as some of the other recent ones, but yeah, it's definitely important because of. I mean, you need it for career, so it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. Abductor pack number 8, designed by Mike Martins. Samuel Xavier, an angry individual on his best days, was involuntarily forced into a rehabilitation clinic for substance abuse. Now he's going through withdrawal pains in the form of excruciating migraines. He's angrier than he's ever been before. In this challenging new expansion pack for Hostage Negotiator, you must deal with Sammy's blinding headaches while trying to save hostages. If you can't reduce Sammy's pain to a manageable level, he may snap, and then it will be too late to save anyone. Alright. Have I just been pushing this box repeatedly? see what we have. We have rules. We have 2 escape demands, 2 major demands. We have a migraine card, put that to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4 terror cards, all specific to him. 1 regular, and then 3 minor demands. His card. Then 5 conversation cards, all specific for use with him. So let's take a look. Demands may only be conceded if the migraine card is on the Sammy's migraine is gone card. Or side. Okay. So we have migraine is gone, or he has a migraine, which I guess looks like, yeah, so you have an alert token, so that's from the Crime Wave deck, or not deck, Crime Wave box. And whenever the card is flipped this side, the token tracks his pain level. Yeah, we have some -1, nagging pain, tense pain, excruciating pain, and exploding pain, which says Sammy kills everyone, you lose the game. Increase the pain level by 1 at the start of each conversation effects and phase and apply the effect. Uh-oh. Okay. See, after creating the terror deck, shuffle the Answer Crawling Under My Skin red terror card into the terror deck. Skip this for an easier game. Use only major demand and escape demand cards that come with this deck. So all the cards in this pack can't be used with anyone else. The migraine card. Review both sides of the migraine card for instructions on how it works. Controlling Sammy's pain level will be critical to your success or failure. Using the new conversation cards that come with this pack will help manage the pain level and eliminate Sammy's migraine altogether. You will not be able to concede any demands while Sammy has a migraine. Demands may still be revealed as normal. When Sammy's migraine is gone, you can concede demands, but you must make a deception roll to determine the reward you get. Apply the penalty as normal. Interesting. Yeah, so this says roll a die. If it's a success, receive reward 1 or reward 2. Okay, so interesting. Abductor number 9. Designed by T.C. Petty III. Misha Koskinen is the poster child for sensationalism gone wrong in the best of times, but today things spiraled out of control. Her opponent snuck into an event and threatened her, so she incited her royal devotees to violence. Now you have to interject between those two groups before things spiral further out of control. In this thrilling new expansion for Hostage Negotiator, the Abductor isn't getting her own hands dirty. She has a flock of loyal fans to do it for her. You'll have to manage her petty tendencies and keep her paranoia in check before she ends up igniting this powder keg. Okay. So, we got the rules. We got the Abductor card. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 terror cards. Most of which are petty demand cards. Actually, all of them are petty demand cards. For things such like, you know, you have the typical pizza delivery supreme no black olives, to odd ones like send in a sad clown or we demand Taco Tuesday, and then just weird ones like play Never Gonna Give You Up through the loudspeaker. Hopefully she does not get let down by that one. We have a paranoia card for whether someone is bored or scared. Then 2 major demands, 2 escape demands. Alright, so let's take a look at the rules for this one. Abductor-specific terror cards. This Abductor pack introduces specific terror cards, major demand cards, and escape demands. These are for use only with the Abductor whose image is pictured on the front of the card, in this case, Misha Koskinen. Roll for Paranoia. This expansion includes a dual-sided Paranoia card, which represents the volatile personality of the Abductor. When a card or effect, such as the Abductor special ability, causes you to roll for Paranoia, roll a die and consult the results in the card. You must then perform the listed action. So, yeah. Scared can lead to killed people. Paranoia can lead to being scared. Yeah, various things here. And then petty demands. This Abductor pack also introduces petty demands. These are like minor demand cards in that they are drawn from the terror deck. However, they must be resolved immediately when drawn. If conceded, the card is slid underneath Misha's Abductor card. Be careful, because the protesters will remember these conceded petty demands and their presence can force the game to an early conclusion. The petty demand penalties are dealt with whenever the demand is conceded or not. Create the terror deck by shuffling 4 random petty demands together with 7 red terror cards and place a gold pivotal event terror card underneath them to form a 12-card terror deck. Interesting. So I guess the interesting thing with that is all the petty demands. And the paranoia, of course. So you got 2 little new things with this. Have to see how that plays out. And finally, Abductor pack number 10, designed by AJ Porfirio. Incognito is a threat unlike any you've faced. Their identity and location is unknown. What is known is that they've hacked into our networks and are disrupting our communications. But that isn't even the worst part. They've also hidden a bomb somewhere in the city, and if you don't find and disarm it soon, the death toll will be immense. In this new expansion for Hostage Negotiator, you must deal with Incognito's reign of terror and influence the chain of command to provide the necessary support while you negotiate with this Abductor. The longer you take, the more hostages get put at risk. Can you stop this hidden figure before it is too late? And yeah, Incognito is spelled INC0GN1T0 instead of the typical just using all letters. And interestingly enough, this comes with a card for a divider for Crime Wave. I know 9 and 10 weren't out when Crime Wave came out originally. I don't know what the state of 8 was when that came out. But if you have an updated version of Crime Wave, then you should already have this, I believe. Anyway, okay. So we have Incognito in two different ways for whether you don't know where he is or you do know. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 terror cards, all specific Incognito. Rules command cards. Find Incognito, find and disarm the bomb, and protect the system. So I guess we don't know what that lock symbol means yet. And then we have, protect the system and find the bomb. Got some interesting things going on here. Let's read about it. So, for setup, place the bomb, Incognito, and system cards on the table with the side found, thus protected, face down. So that's these 3. Here. Get started like that. Place the command cards face up in a row near the available area. Set aside the 3 Tick-Tock terror cards and 3 Disrupt the System terror cards. And create the terror deck as you normally would with the other cards. Then shuffle those in with the 10 red terror cards. Your deck will be 16 red terror cards and 1 gold pivotal event. That's a lot. In this pack, you need to command your forces to do important things like find the Abductor. So, find the Abductor, find and disarm the bomb, and protect the system against his attacks. To do this, you will have to unlock cards by gaining and assigning unlock points to them using the command cards, which are these 3. Place an alert token on the lock icon to show it has been unlocked. Once you have enough unlock points to complete a task, you'll flip the card, over any unused unlock points are lost. In the case of the bomb, which I just did, once you have flipped it and disarmed it, you can remove it from the game. Command cards are resolved like conversation cards, but you do not take them into your hand. Instead, at the beginning of the spend phase, before you buy cards, you may resolve the leftmost first command card for free. If you wish to resolve the next command card, you can do so by spending 2 conversation points to do so, and again 2 conversation points for the third if you wish. You can stop at any time, but each command card can only be used once per round. You can change the order of the command cards each round, but once you begin resolving them, you cannot change their order again until the next round. Interesting. So yeah, this one seems more complicated, and actually doesn't seem to have any hostages involved, or I'm not quite sure how the hostage things are involved. So that'll be an interesting one to play. Put these back in here. I just realized I've been placing these like under my face, and that is completely unintentional. Anyway, finally, we have the 2 demand packs. So, old enemies have returned with new tricks up their sleeves. Arcane is demanding you release his lieutenant. Connor Ogden is threatening to send the board members he's taken hostage on an unscheduled flight. Dolph Peterson has lost his famously hot temper yet again. This exciting expansion for Hostage Negotiator includes new major demand, terror, pivotal events, and decide cards for use with the Abductors included in the original Hostage Negotiator game, as well as Abductor packs 1 through 4. So another 16 cards with this. Let's take a look. Yeah, so what do we have? We have some major demand cards. Let's see, so at least 1 for each of them. Edward gets 2. Yeah, so we have those. And then we have a new pivotal event. 2 terror cards. 1 for use of anyone. 1 has to be used of Dolph. Tactics card. Use of Ogden. There's any. So yeah, we got major demands for everyone. Then a pair of new decide cards to go with the these go with one of the new terror cards, the minor demand, Dolph Wants Blood. And then we also have Arcane's Lieutenant. This card, so okay, let's just read the rules here. So this pack contains a variety of different cards, most of which are new major demands. These are easily identified by the card backs. To use these new major demands, simply mix them in with other major demand cards during setup before drawing and starting demands as indicated on the Abductor card. For Arcane's Lieutenant, this card comes into play when Arcane's new Release My Lieutenant major demand is conceded. The Tactics card is for use with Connor E. Ogden and can be useful if his new major demand card, Watch Board Members Fly, is in play. And that's the same as a conversation card. The Decide cards are used, with the Dolph Wants Blood minor demand card. And then we have the, no, not that one. We have the new Delayed Escape terror card and the My Demands Were Not Met Pivotal Event card. These 2 cards may be used with any Abductor. Simply mix them in with the other cards of the same type prior to setting up the game. Alright. Seems pretty straightforward. And then finally, demand pack number 2. Once again, old foes are returning with new ways to challenge your skills in Negotiator. Barrett wants to talk to his father, the cult of the Otoma want their children kept safe, and Valerie is asking you to do something a Negotiator never should, send in more hostages. This exciting expansion for Hostage Negotiator includes new major and escape demands, and more terror cards for use of Hostage Negotiator Crime Wave and Abductor packs 5 through 8. Open that up. Okay, got our rules. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new terror cards. They're all, or let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are specific. We have one for, yeah, and then one for, some for each of the different people. Valerie, Sammy, Circle, Barrett each get a major demand, and we have a new escape demand. That's weird. Escape demand. There is no escape. This ends here. When revealed, immediately remove this demand from the game. Not entirely sure what the point is. Maybe that's something I'll learn when I play. Okay, new major and escape demands. This pack contains a variety of different cards, many of which are new major or escape demands. These are easy to identify by their card backs, which indicate the abductor they go with. Mix them in. Don't Harm Our Kids is a major demand card that only comes into play when Cultist Kids is drawn from the Terror deck. Okay. Talk to My Father. Help Barrett try to get some much needed closure from his father with Talk to My Father. If the result is below 15, you can try again in a future turn by paying the cost to concede again. And then I like talking to you. I found what I needed, and there is no escape. For the, yeah, I've already mentioned the escape one, and then these new terror cards may be used of any abductor. Simply mix them in with the other cards of the same type prior to setting up the game. So, there you have it. That is all of the packs. Moving the table. Did not do that intentionally. Yeah, so that is all these. So yeah, I am going to stop here. Next time next video for Hostage Negotiator, I probably won't film my very first games playing this, just because I'm still going to be learning how to do it a bit. You don't need to show that off. I do want to film a career, so that'll be fun, hopefully. And I do want to show how to put all of that stuff back in to the Crime Wave box, which is buried, so I'm not going to show it at the moment. But yeah, everything, all 12 of these packs, and then career and base game can all go in the Crime Wave box, so I'll be showing that off. Yeah. That's all I have. Hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know what you think of these videos. I don't know if I'll be doing these for every game, but yeah, let me know what you think. Like it, hate it, what can I do better? Just any feedback is good. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Play well.